What's up, B1 family? Our subject today is interracial dating, so let's go. Yeah, man. Like I mentioned before in a prior video, my father was an up and down, all around coon. Major Reaganite. And starting off in an affluent place, surrounded by white people. There's a couple of Arabs and Indians blended in, but the majority was white. It gave me a unique perspective in terms of how to move between both groups. So, when it comes to interracial dating, my experiences, there was some fun, but it's not all it's cracked up to be. And the reason why I say it is, first of all, especially in the South, you are gonna get looks from everybody. Everybody. Even today, nothing's changed in terms of that. And sometimes you are gonna have to deal with the inherent racism that is in your said partner. And that moment will come where you'll see what they really think about you. Whether you're a human being or a sexual object being used to satisfy some deep-seated hatred or rebellious nature against said white woman's father. Excuse me. The craziest situation that I ever dealt with was a girl in art school. And she came from Connecticut. And she was very, very nice, very sweet. You know, very sexy. And we had fun for a while, but she said she wanted to spice things up. You know, I was over at her apartment, and I'm just like, oh, so what do you want to do? This bitch goes into the closet, comes out with fake plastic chains and clothes that I can only imagine were to represent slave attire. She wanted me to wear these things while we were having relations. And I do not lie when I say this, B1 family. I just left. Because there's nothing to be said. You said everything about me with that action. And I cut ties with this person. She tried to apologize, but it wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary. And there's more fish in the sea. But here's the thing that black men need to remember in terms of interracial dating. You need to remember this. She has the power. Absolute. She has the power. All she has to do is call the police, feign an injury, bang herself into something, hit herself over the head, and you are getting locked up. You are getting locked up, and you're going to get the book thrown at you. I mean, look at Shannon Sharp, which, was she like an OF model, Instagram model that he was dealing with, right? Or look at Jonathan Majors, you know? What do they have in common? Or let's not forget Israel Adesanya. All these people have in common is that they were dealing with white women, and those white women pulled the pin on the grenade, the nuclear option, and their careers have never been the same since. Now, I'm not saying that any of these men are angels, but those women knew what they're doing. And I never forgot that when I was messing with these girls. Never forgot it. Becky can ruin your life just like that. Because whether you're proven innocent or guilty, the accusation is the accusation. And the accusation will stay where it is. It will never change. So, black men out there, tread lightly. Tread very lightly. And we have to switch over to the sisters too. Look, that young black woman that got killed in Africa by her white fiance, or that black woman that was on a running date with this white dude, and he said, "This is where I'm going to kill you," when they got in the tunnel. The only thing that saved her was the recording. And she still went back to the guy, which is fucking hilarious. Honestly, if anything happens to you now, who cares? Like, you're clearly a fool. But in my experience, it didn't matter about who I am as a person. I was there to satisfy a need. I was there to satisfy a need. And once I understood that, I can easily move around those girls without any problem. But in hindsight, I am glad I have not settled down with a white woman like some of my friends have. Because I've seen the horror stories spoken about by biracial children, how their white mothers have been racist toward them. And a lot of these white mothers will be having multiple children by black men, but be racist. Which just shows the true religion of the dominant society is not Catholicism. It's not the Catholic religion. It's not God. It's not even money. When you look at the white proletariat, the white elite, money is their God. That's why they're smarter than them. Their God is racism. Their God is racism because they, despite having white skin, have capitulated to the elites. And it's like, well, I'm not going to be shit, but at least I still have this racism to make me feel like I'm something I'm not. So, black men, you have children with these white girls. Understand, she is the bridge to culture. She is going to be the primary teacher in your child's life. Every child pretty much gravitates toward their mother. They came from her, right? And in those stories that I spoke of, where a white woman was racist to her own half-black children, those fathers stood by and said nothing. If that had been me, well, you're not going to abuse my children. You're insane. I'm not going to let that happen. And two, those black women who go out with white men, right? You need to be careful as well. Because we already know that if you get killed, whether it be a black man or a black woman, by your white partner, nothing is going to happen to them in the justice system. Absolutely nothing. So it's a risk. I got lucky. Okay? I dabbled for a long time, and I got lucky. And I've dealt with crazy ones too. I got lucky that I never got to that level. And in my elder tenure, I prefer the company of black women. Now, mind you, make your judgments as it may. I'm not saying I'm right about how I did things, but that was something that was installed into me mentally by my upbringing, and I woke up out of it. So, in closing, I don't judge black men or black women who date outside their race. I don't. As long as they're still cool, hey, do you. If you're gonna coon out, go fuck yourself. But if you're cool, respect. Because I have dealt with black people who are in interracial relationships, and they have been extremely down and good friends, both male and female, to me. So I'm not going to judge the whole group as bad. But be careful out there, kids. Because in Trump's America, the shit is getting real. And we're getting attacked by all fronts. So watch yourselves. Anyway, this is FBA News. Signing out.